There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. My baby goes that night and stays till the morning comes.
All right. Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Not much. So we're outside today. It's nice.
It's nice now that we're done setting up and can actually relax a little bit. Yes.
Wow,
right.
yeah. I'm sweating buckets here, man.
Sweating ducats?
Ducats?
Yeah, just a little bit of ducats.
We don't have any beer yet, so we're a little quiet right now. But we are at one Diggin indie event, downtown Indianapolis Military Park.
Taste of Indiana 2016.
Annual event. We got invited to come hang out, get to try a whole bunch of food and beer, and get lots of interviews on, hopefully.
Yeah, and I think I can smell the duck.
Is that the duck you smell?
Oh, I don't know what it is, but it
delicious.
just smells fabulous. I think it's just onions here, actually, but it smells good.
It is going good so far.
Looks like there's 19 breweries here, numerous food venues. There's several wineries as well. There's a s'mores truck, which my wife is very excited about. I'm going to get some of these people on. I talked to the breweries. We're going to get them on here in a little while, too. Everybody just stay tuned, and we will be back with you shortly. All right, so we are seriously at Military Park, downtown Indianapolis, as we said earlier, at the, what, Brendan? Where are we at?
A Taste of Indiana 2016.
Yeah.
And we are joined by an honorary pig today. He's been on the show many times. He's sitting in because the other two were too lazy to show up today.
Aw.
Mr. Roberto.
You know what? Their loss is my gain because this is amazing.
It is nice.
So you guys are missing out if you're not here right now.
You want to tell them what's going on, man? What have you seen today so far? We've been here for, about 2 hours?
Been here about 2 hours. We're lucky enough to get started a little bit earlier. And it's great. Everyone is like having huge smiles on their face. And partly because they're probably halfway drunk because some of these sample sizes for the drinks are not sample sizes. They're like sample size times 3.
They have wine glasses out there that are seriously look like a 32-ounce freaking Big Gulp.
Yeah.
And they're hanging from, they've got those lanyards hanging from their chest.
A lanyard goblet holder.
Goblet holder.
That's
there you go.
Intense, man. We need some of those with blind pigs, just kind of etched into it.
I just feel dirty that you said lanyard goblet holder. It sounds dirty to me. I don't know why. But
you know what? I use that, but only on Saturday nights, and it's on my birthday usually when the wife says it's okay.
You guys can't see this, but to the right of Brendan, if you hear the chopping noise, we are literally right next to them chopping duck, and it looks delicious.
Duck it. It smells delicious. It's killing me.
So, Brendan, what do you think about the event today, man?
This is awesome. I tell you what, was it? If you get your tickets early, $40 gets you into this thing from 12 to 4. It's all you can eat. I mean, there's some, and this isn't street food. This isn't carnival food.
No,
there's some amazing food out there.
This is some gourmet
like I said, we got
stuff.
duck next to us. This is some excellent food. $40 to get in. I think it's $45 at the door if you didn't get your early ticket, but still. $40 all you can eat now. You can pay, I think it's $60 to get in an hour earlier and have I think you have some special foods. $120 for VIP gives you the VIP experience and some air conditioned bathrooms. It is a little hot today, but it's more than worth it. But again, at that base price, $45 to get in, there's so much to do here. There's so much beer, so much food. It's great. There's wine. We got everything.
They don't have corn dogs. No corn dogs and nachos.
No.
This isn't fair food.
No.
This is not the Indiana State Fair. This
No.
is some gourmet stuff that you're getting.
Some of the best chefs in town they're having their competition out here, and they're bringing some of the best stuff they do. I mean, it's an amazing event.
I had a pita with hummus and pomegranates and feta or something over here just to the left of us as well.
Dude,
That's not carnival food.
That was One World Catering. Chef Corbin Morwick. I hope I'm saying that right. But that stuff was great. I want to give a shout out to those guys because that stuff was really good.
Very simple, but excellent.
Elegant. I guess we looked hungry because they just came over and like, here you guys, have some samples. But it kind of worked out because it's pretty damn good.
Amy and I hit one of the tent right to the right of us there. We kind of did the circle around that tent, and we had some chicken, then we had some bacon-wrapped pork. For some reason, this tent, though, everything comes with pickles on top. I'm not sure why, but it does. The tent right next to us.
Must be a pickle tent.
It was all delicious, though. There was a watermelon
I got your pickle tent.
soup. It was awesome. And then the breweries here so far have been great. I've had some Deer Creek Brewery, some Beer Brewery, Upland, New Day Meadery. That may have been the only 4 I've hit so far, I think.
I hit the Triton. I hit the Triton. I think I hit the Upland. Who else? Tin Man.
I never know how to say it. The Bruges.
Bruges?
Bruges.
And Ben Anthony's over there. They got the good, it was their midnight IPA with citrus hop. Does anybody try that?
I haven't had that one yet.
It's really, really good. It's an IPA. It's delicious. Midnight to 6, I think, is the name of the beer. But I think he's coming on the show later anyway, but we'll check on that. But it was excellent beer.
So we have Bee Coffee with us. Is that correct?
Yeah, Bee Coffee Roasters.
Okay.
It's kind of the formal name.
All right. And you guys are local to Indy?
Yeah, we our roastery is up by Eel Creek Park on the northwest side of the town, and we have 2 coffee shops.
Okay. What's your most famous thing? What are you guys famous for here in town?
Oh,
Coffee.
We work with a lot of brewers, but I think that we're really known for just starting the third wave coffee in town. We started doing pour-overs early before a lot of the other coffee shops started doing them.
You know, we're like the proto-hipster. We did it before it was cool.
Proto-hipster.
Gotcha. That's this guy. He was drinking Pap since he was 3.
Good man.
9.
9. Fair, yeah, get it right.
He still occasionally puts a nipple on the top of that bottle.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
what breweries do you guys work with?
Well, we work with Sun King and the Java Mac. That's our coffee.
Awesome.
Yep.
We work with Black Acre, 110 Coffee Stout, and various other experimental brews.
Yeah, they're fun to work with. They
They're
do
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
fun.
experience. 110 Coffee Stout's being brewed right now, isn't it?
Yeah, 110 Coffee is getting infused right now for kegs and a couple weeks for cans.
Yeah, so we just sent them a bunch of coffee.
Do you guys get involved at all in the process? I mean, obviously you've probably seen the process of going through, but do you get involved at all in their brewing process since you're using your product, or not really? You're just giving them that, here's our beans and
I think
go to
early
it.
on, with a lot of the breweries, BJ would help more some of the consulting, but nowadays a lot of our guys that we're working with they're so slick. They just know what they're doing. They don't need us walking over there and sticking our heads where they don't belong.
I mean, there's so many different. Obviously, coffee isn't coffee. There's thousands of different coffee beans and flavors
Sure.
of
Yeah.
coffee. So I don't know how much input you guys had in the beer or if they know what they're looking for pretty much.
Usually what they do is they'll tell me what they're brewing, and then I'll suggest a bean. Like Chris Knott at Flick's Brew House called me up last week, and he's doing he wants to do a pumpkin pie latte beer, basically.
Oh, nice.
So it's not going to have milk in it, but it will have what's the sugar?
Lactose.
Lactose.
Yeah, lactose.
It'll
So
be a
the
lacto.
question is what coffee would be good with a spicy
Right.
coffee? And also
Yeah.
it's like she was talking about experiments, for instance, like Black Acre. They're pretty experimental. So they'll say, hey, we want to do this. So, maybe most people think of porters and stouts, right? Or maybe in a brown. Like, hey, we want to do some sort of IPA. What can we do with that? And we'll play, okay, what's your hops? Okay, it's this type of fruit profile. What coffee would go well with that? And you're just like, hey, there are thousands of coffees. And, with the amazing place the coffee is now, we can talk about not just like, El Salvador. We can talk about El Salvador, Santa Ana, Miravalle Farm, and we can talk about variety. Oh, it's Pacamara. And coffee trees have varieties like apples. I mean, Golden Delicious tastes extremely different from Granny Smith, and that can happen the same thing with coffee. So in doing that, and then the roast is there's so many places where we can move the flavor of the coffee. But when they call us up and say, hey, we've got this IPA, and we're going to use Cascade hops, and we say, okay, let's think about what coffee would play well with that.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we can do, and that's kind of how I think why we work with a lot of the guys. And girls, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, we have actually a consultant on our staff who is a grandmaster beer judge.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
And I'm a huge craft beer person, but I'm also a huge coffee person. My wife and I subscribe to Knocking Point. We get their coffee all the time. I need to come down to you guys' shop and get some. I'm assuming you guys sell the coffee right there. I can come in.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I like whole beans. I like to grind my own coffee.
You're my friend.
That's how I am.
Absolutely.
I much prefer it.
Well,
Best coffee is fresh roasted, fresh ground, fresh brewed. Don't let it sit in a pot. Don't grind it 2 weeks before you're going to use it, even
Right.
2 days, even an hour. Grind it just before you're going to brew it.
Yeah, and we brew at home too. We started brewing a few months ago. We cold brew, so 24 hours before we decide to add it in, we cold brew the coffee. We grind it up, we cold brew it, and we pour it into the secondary fermenter. So
I'm actually just kind of curious.
awesome.
What are you when you guys deliver to the brewery? Are you just delivering the beans already roasted and they grind and do all that, or are you delivering them the coffee for at the
depends.
appropriate time?
It depends on the brewer. I have some brewers who want me to grind it for them. I have some brewers who want whole bean. I've worked with Flat 12 in the past, and they want whole bean. They just want to crack it. They don't.
Okay.
They don't want it to be ground at all. They just want it cracked.
But you guys aren't doing like the cold brew and then delivering them a
We
bunch
have
of
done
coolers
that.
of cold
We have
brew
done
like the day
that.
before. Oh, okay.
We have done that, actually.
And we were asked to do that by another brewery that we didn't end up working with because they needed a really huge batch of cold brew, and I couldn't produce it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I think with our homebrew, maybe we're going to have to come see you because we're not using a local coffee right now in our own
Right.
homebrew.
And I'll tell you right now,
Which
I'm
is a
thinking of
sin.
I don't know what you guys, I'm thinking of kind of a morning blend, a Hamilton Pig's Bee coffee.
There you go, yeah.
Hamilton Pigs Beer.
He's our mascot.
Yeah, we have an actual pig that's a mascot. He's
Okay.
not here today because of too many people. It'd be hard to have him here.
That's all right.
Too many grills.
You know, as long as he's as long as he's a live pig, Andy's fine with him. He's a vegetarian.
I am.
Yeah, that's okay.
He
No,
eats what the
he
pig
is a 100% live pig.
Hamilton prefers
And it's going
vegetarians.
to stay that
Hey,
way.
exactly. I
Yeah.
don't like
He
look
likes-
at him with
yeah.
that look like.
And he goes, "Oh,
Bacon.
you're my friend."
Yeah, well, we have another one of the blind pigs not here. He pretty much looks at him like he's going to eat him every time he's over at the house.
Threatens him a lot.
Yeah.
No.
He's quite paranoid when Cowboy's around.
So you guys said you're over in Eagle Creek area?
Yeah, 56 in Lafayette.
Okay.
And the funny thing is that our location, that's where our roastery, and we have a cafe there. It was not originally ours. That's why we ended up buying because it had been a roaster. But the original guy who built that place, like 4 years after he built it, Starbucks moved in right at the corner.
Oh.
So I always tell people, go to the Starbucks, and then across the parking lot, you'll find us.
Yeah.
They have better signage.
There's
Go to the
one
Starbucks
thing-
and keep walking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
right.
there's one thing the city lacks is when my wife and I go downtown or anywhere, we look for a local coffee place. You know, I don't want to drink Starbucks. I want to drink something good, fresh, and local. There's one on the Monon Trail I'm aware of down here.
Well, then our second shop is just over here.
Oh, is it?
So we're
Okay.
in Military Park right now, which is on West Street. Our second coffee shop's in the Pan Am building, which is on Capitol in Georgia.
Okay,
nice.
Yep, I know where that is.
So, we used to get a lot of convention center traffic there.
Yeah, but
Nice.
we definitely need that local artisan coffee
Yeah.
because that's what I like. I'm not going to lie. It's like craft beer to me. A good coffee is a good coffee.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why-
just come on in and we'll make you a Chemex brew of one of our fantastic fruity coffees. And
Well, that's one of the
Sounds
reasons we're
good.
here, and we were excited to be invited over to Diggin. Was it's all that local thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to as we get better and try to do other things, we're trying to locally source. Even trying to grab a few other we're trying to find a hops distribute local stuff to use for our beers and other things. We hang with great fermentations a lot.
Good people.
Very good people for all the stuff we need. So. And that's great, local. Trying to find something local in all the different ingredients is really what
Absolutely.
we're trying to do.
Well, Diggin's, honestly, it is a great festival.
It is.
I know they say that's
Fantastic.
New York Times said it's in the top 10 in the country or something,
Yeah.
but putting all that stuff aside, I mean, you've got all these chefs from around the state using local, state-sourced ingredients, making things that are small plates that show their creativity and their and what makes them stand out. I mean, up to this time, we've been working with it a couple of years. We've normally done a beverage of some sort. I think the first year we did a coffee soda, which we did coffee, we did a plum shrub, and allspice syrup, and then carbonated. It was amazing. And we got known for that, but we also had a conversation at the end last year where they said, hey, there's this conversation. We just don't have enough desserts. That's what we're getting complaints for. And we thought, well,
We
shoot,
can do dessert.
So that's why this year we're doing a sugar cream pie with coffee, which is awesome. And it's not just coffee. It's one we aged in a rye barrel.
Oh, man.
It's hopped. They have hopped coffee.
Yeah.
yeah, we have
I've already
that too.
had it.
Yeah. We have a keg
Yes.
of hopped coffee over there, which might be out by now
Nice.
because we've had to serve it to people instead of the pies.
So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. I want to thank you guys for coming over and spending some time with us today.
Absolutely.
We definitely need to come out to your location and see what you
Absolutely.
guys do.
Please
hang out
do.
there. We could even do a show out there. Talk more in depth about what you guys
Yeah.
are doing out there and about how you guys are working with the local beer market and all that. That would be an awesome show. I think people would really enjoy that.
We would enjoy having you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Even if
Definitely.
you're trying to eat all of our food.
Oh, that's
gotta sample
a
your
promise.
food.
As long as you already know and you're forewarned.
Exactly.
We're gonna sample your food and we're gonna drink some of your coffee.
I hope
Awesome.
you like muffins and cookies because that's basically what we make.
Sounds good to me. We're
Fat
all
guys hate muffins and
yeah.
cookies.
hate
We're
it.
good to go. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming on the show. Thank
Well,
you
thanks
very
for
much.
having
welcome.
us.
Thanks, guys.
How you guys doing? We're like 3 hours into this thing now.
Yeah, getting
we've
pretty
been-
tossed. No, I feel good. It's too hot to get drunk out here, I think.
I've been slapped, beat. No, wait. That's
What are
sorry.
you doing?
Different event.
Where
sorry.
were you going?
Whoa, wow.
What booth did you go to?
Sexpo was last weekend.
My bad. So this is a great event, guys. There is a band here. I want to give a little shout out to them. Apparently, they're big fans of the show, and I didn't even know it. They Bob Henderson. Looks like that's the name of the band, Bob Henderson.
Yeah, Robert and his wife is Terry, I believe, and they're playing right now in the park. They had a little power outage.
They did.
Truck ran over their power.
Oh, man.
But they're back up and playing again. So.
Yeah, they gave us a big shout out, so I felt fair that we give them a shout out on the show too. They're actually going to be recording in Indy here soon, and they've asked us to come join them, do a little podcast with them and Metazoa Brewing Company, which we've been working with getting in there anyway, so that should be a lot of fun for us.
Have you guys had anything out here yet that you haven't tried before? I know I had 18th Street. I've had some of their beers. I never would have did their gold because I usually don't drink gold lagers or anything.
Okay.
Damn good beer. 18th Street makes some fantastic beer. I don't know if you guys have been there yet, but you got to get over there and try their beer.
I need to roam to a couple of the other beer tents on the other side. It is packed here.
Yes, and it's a long walk to that other beer tent with the 18th Street.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. What did we have? We had something out of Bloomington, right?
Yeah, Bloomington Brew Company.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Is that they have the Kolsch?
They have a
Yeah,
Kolsch
the
also.
Kolsch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're right next to Beer Brewery.
Yeah,
but it's good. I did have the Deer Creek Brewery, the red ale. Denise, one of the friends of the show, is working over there now, and it was a good beer.
It was a really good beer, to be
Yeah.
honest, yeah.
Yes, I could definitely maybe have another one of those. It's the only problem here is the pig samples are a little bit bigger than regular samples, so
Nothing wrong with that.
it makes it tough to taste them all.
I have to confess, I actually had a second sample or second whole glass because I cruised by and they're like, you don't have anything. I'm like, all right, yeah. So they hooked me up, and yeah, it's a very smooth drinking beer. I really like it. It's a good taste. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And, for this heat, it actually complemented it. I didn't feel bogged down by it, so it's a really good beer. So props off to them.
So what Brendan was saying was, a lot of the beers here today are the little bit lighter beers, but that's okay because of the heat today. I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of sours, a lot of Kolsch's, a lot of Pilsners.
As much as I love a good stout or porter, I would not be drinking. I would be bypassing the day.
Yeah, it's just too hot for that. So I think they're doing the right thing by choosing the beers they're choosing today. They're choosing beers that complement the heat, that you can drink and feel refreshed rather than, if I drank a God Love Bigsby, I love it to death. If I drank two of those today, I'd be sleeping by the fence right now.
Oh, yeah.
My belly would just be too full, especially with all the food.
Yeah, and I'm typically not a huge fan of Kolsch beer. It's just too light for me. Even in the summertime, I'll drink something a little heavier. But the Daredevil Kolsch was actually very, very good.
Yeah, Bloomington
as well had a really good Kolsch. And, of course, everybody knows Beer Brewery's Kolsch is always good. And then we love their black Kolsch, but they didn't have that today. But they had the regular Kolsch. But still, Beer Brewery doesn't do too many bad beers, so... Come on, get a nice cold Kolsch.
We learned the code word today. You just walk up and say, "I'm with the pigs," and your 2-ounce sample becomes 16 like that. It's amazing.
It's like being a rock star, being a guitar player, and saying, "I'm with the band. I'm the guitar player," and it's like the panties drop.
Or beer status.
but this is like beer status. I'm with the pigs. Here you go, full cup, done.
I had one though. I can't remember who it was. I went over and they were They were looking at my glass. They're like, "This is not a sample glass." I'm like, "That's what they gave me." And then they only filled it up a quarter away, though. Because I'm the shy one, so I'm not used to name dropping or anything like that. So I tend to get the smaller one.
You're the tech guy. Yeah, you're not used to just walking up and saying, "Hey, I'm a pig."
Jordan, you have two full beers in front of you right now.
I do.
Are those both yours?
Yes.
Good Lord.
What are you trying to say?
You're double fisting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
But
Yeah.
no, that's a pig sample size.
That's nice.
So
Yeah,
if you
come
drop
on.
the pigs, then you're good to go.
We're going to be getting some guests on here soon. Right now, it is so packed here. You guys have no idea.
Well, and the competition ends at right around 2 or 2:15. So after that,
Yeah.
there'll be more people getting on the show. So
yeah, we'll be getting a lot of guests on. They're going to be pretty much back to back to back to back, I think. So,
Oh, yeah,
but that's okay. I mean, we love it. We love being here. We're glad to be a part of this.
There's still, there's the guys are working hard. The guys do not envy the guys at the grills.
No,
having to
not
work
at all.
today. Goodness gracious.
But
Or the guy over here chopping duck.
Dude,
I
a
mean,
real
it's so
quick
bad.
shout out to Madison's. Dude, they gave us a plate of their barbecue duck. Oh my goodness!
I missed the barbecue
It's
duck.
I missed the duck.
It's like gold.
Well, they're
so
it
busy,
was
man.
amazing.
we have to smell like it.
I know.
So
Yeah.
smelling it. They're right next to us,
I'm
man.
gonna sleep with my shirt on just so I can smell that barbecue duck all night.
Tom of Diggin has joined us on the podcast today, guys.
Diggin.
It's awesome that you're here. This is really cool to do this right on site here.
Oh man, this was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're real happy.
So have you gotten to taste a lot of food or beers
Absolutely.
or both? Or
A little bit of both. we have a lot of good relationships with some of the brewers that are already here.
Perfect.
So we go over to them some, and then we've tried some of the new ones we haven't tried yet.
I'm guessing I've seen the lines for this. You're not waiting in the beer line.
No.
We do have some behind-the-scenes advantage just because of our relationships. That's okay.
They won't let me do behind the scenes, so you've got more pull than I do on this festival.
Going to the front of the line is just one thing. It's the serving size.
Right.
That's the real plus.
They're awesome.
So this is going to sound funny, but one of the things I do before we get started is make sure they don't bring in their own cups, so they're not giving away free beer. And I notice you all have beer brewery cups. I wonder where those came from.
Don't tell on us, Tom. Come on. We're doing this for free.
No,
Come on,
that's
buddy.
awesome. I love it.
No habla.
So
It's amazing for the price to get in here. I mean, even just the ground, $40 if you get in early, or $45 at the door.
Right.
The food that is here is absolutely amazing.
And it's 6 pounds of food if you eat it all. So
And there's
a
no
lot
way
of food.
I don't know who could do that, but
No.
it's amazing.
I see several people here trying to do it. It's just really cool. I mean, I just walked by a group of 3 people who all had big serving trays, and they were filling them up and then going over to their picnic sites and having little picnics
I
each
saw
time.
that. Who's passing out the serving trays? It like a cafeteria.
Those are the people who are like coming here year after
They've
year.
been here.
Oh, they
so
brought,
know,
they brought their own
They
trays.
brought their own trays. They have folding chairs and little folding tables, and they set up a little picnic area.
I see also the ones, too. It looks like a plate with a hole for your
Yeah.
glass, or
Yelp
it
is
puts
giving
it on
those.
top of your bottle or something like that.
Yeah, Yelp is giving those away.
That was nice.
Yeah. Perfect.
And we've also seen a lot of the people with the lanyard drink holders and
Goblet
like
holders.
big old, the
They're,
lanyard goblet.
they're in the VIP area. We just went over there and passed out some
Yeah.
cards there. Told them to
That's
come over
what
and
it
get on the
was.
show and
Perfect.
and hang out. And
Yeah.
we're trying to make our way around. Get everybody to know who we are and
Sure.
promote the event a lot.
Yeah.
As you know, we promoted a lot on Facebook and all the social media events the last few weeks since we talked to you on the show last.
I love
so
it.
this is a great event, man. I mean, this is an awesome, awesome event.
Yeah, and I was so scared coming up to this week with all the rain. And
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
our ticket sales are actually, we've been selling out, years, several days before we opened the gates. And today we walked in and we hadn't sold 1,000 tickets still.
Oh,
Really?
And, just knowing the history of all the festivals this summer, their sales are way down. But we sold out today, so we
yeah.
sold those 1,000 tickets at the door.
That sun
Yeah.
came out and everybody came in. That's what's,
Yeah, it's perfect out here. Well, not perfect. It's very hot.
It's hot, but
I may be sweating. I brought 5 shirts, so you may not be able to tell it, but
I brought an extra shirt too, man. I'm
you
not
gotta.
gonna lie.
I
I
mean,
had
you have
to.
to.
I'm not a small boy,
None of us are. Come on,
Yeah.
look around the table.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough. Yeah, the load in and everything. It was sweating buckets, just
Yeah.
hauling stuff up and setting it all out. It's cooled down. There's a breeze occasionally, but
And lots of shade.
there's lots of shade. There's lots of good smells going around. I mean, there's grills all over the place. It's an awesome event out here in the park.
One thing I can tell you, Tom, is we're going to get some of the people on the show. We also have a portable unit. We've been going around with a phone and a
Oh,
microphone
cool.
talking to people. People love this event. I
Yeah.
mean, they absolutely love this event. It's a unique event where you not only get the beer, but you also get the beer, you get the food, you get the wine.
live music.
There's something for everybody at this event. And I think that's
Yeah.
what makes it very, very unique compared to some of the other craft beer events that we've done in the past.
And it's not. I think I go to a lot of those festivals where you're doing a lot of tastings and stuff, and you like go to one line, and then while you're drinking or eating, you go to the next line, and that's it's just line to line to line. And I think people just come here and relax and enjoy the day. It's a 5-hour event. It's not one of those.
there's more people hanging out. They're not just standing in a line all day. And again, we mentioned earlier, this isn't just it's not carnival food.
Right.
It's amazing food. They got some of the
Yes.
best chefs in the city here, so
Without
you're
doubt.
getting the best of both worlds.
It's
Got
got-
some of the best beers and best foods in the city. So
Yeah.
It's got a lot of that. It's got that hipster feel still to it with the food and all the craft beer, but not pretentious
Right.
kind of hipster stuff.
It's got the Southern
it's-
hospitality
So
feel.
isn't that the difference between a hipster and a hippie? So maybe it's hippie food instead of hipster food.
Yeah.
There
It's
you
not
go.
pretentious.
Yes.
Not at all. No.
Not that I'm saying hippies are hipsters are pretentious or anything.
every booth that I've approached is so proud of their product.
Yeah.
And it really, really shows.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is, and they just go into the whole thing about it. They talk about it. They're so proud of it. And that makes you feel good about eating it or drinking it, too.
all the
Every
local.
guest at that in line, even though the lines are long, they're not long waiting. The lines are long,
No,
but there's no long wait.
Yeah.
Everyone in line is happy. They're very chill. Everyone's happy. Everyone I have approached to do either a quick interview with have been more than happy. Just be like, hey, what's up? What are you guys doing? Dude, this is great. This food is awesome. This beer is awesome.
Even
this
with
whole
the
event
heat.
is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the heat, usually people start to get a little.
Yeah. Right.
but-
No, it's not.
No.
And I've had so many people tell me that they met their wife or their husband here, I want to try to at some point try to figure out how many like couples have met at this event because everybody's happy, everybody's talking to each other, and it's very social. So it's just fun to be here.
Yeah,
everybody
hope
wants
the
to be
wives
here.
and the girlfriends don't meet.
So that means that's the question we got to put on the air, I guess. So did you meet your spouse here? We can ask that on the air.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Yeah, we'll
fine.
start. That's a good one to ask.
Yeah.
Digginmatch.com.
There you go. We went over to VIP, and they let me in to pass out cards and talk to people, try to get them on the show.
Cool.
Everybody over there was so relaxed, so happy. Just they were so excited. And then I started talking to them. They're like, "What? You guys talk about craft beer all the time? We're in."
Cool.
I'm like, "That's what we do. We
Yeah.
love craft beer. We love craft distilleries. You've been on the show before. This is the essence of what the Blind Pigs does."
Yeah, absolutely.
We are so honored to actually be able to be here today.
Yeah, we're honored to have you here. For
So
sure.
hopefully next year we'll be able to be here again with you guys and keep this going. And any other events you guys have, we'd love to be a part of.
We'll remember that.
All right.
For sure.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for
Tom.
coming in and talking
Thanks,
to us.
Tom.
Absolutely.
All right. So we have.
Chef Corbin,
There we go. Thank you, because I was not here when we were introduced.
One World Catering.
Thank
And,
you.
We're in Bloomington.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if everybody's here at the table has had. It was amazing, and that you guys do everything from scratch, correct?
As
Just
much
about
as we
as much as
can,
you
as
can?
much as we can, yeah. It depends on the size of the party. This is a huge event, and we managed to make fresh pita and baba ganoush, and it was a challenge, but yeah, we got it all done, and we're slinging it out there.
So what are you guys serving today?
Well, we made fresh pita bread with local honey and Bloomington Brewing Company Ruby Bloom Amber Ale, and then flour, yeast, salt, water, basically bread ingredients, and then we're grilling it up over a live fire. I'm using hardwood lump charcoal to give it a little more flavor and a little texture. Nice little grilled
It's working.
aspect. Kind of draw in the crowd to our grill flavor that's floating out in the air there. And then we took locally grown Indiana eggplants, roasted those down, pureed them up with some spices, lemon juice, garlic, a little tahini, which is a sesame seed paste. Throw a little feta cheese from Trader's Point Creamery on top.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Now, we've been here since before general admission opened. Your line has not died down. It's been consistent.
I think word travels around here really fast.
Well, stuff is
People are
amazing.
like, hey, these guys are making something good. Go check it out. And,
I haven't got to have your food yet. I've had your beer.
okay.
I've been the marketing guy today. For some reason, I've been going out talking to people, so I haven't been here when the samples have come around. So I'd love to try it before I leave, obviously.
Definitely.
I bet it's good. Your beer is phenomenal. I know that. This event to us is all about, drink local, eat local, all that kind of stuff. And I know you as a local chef love that too. That's what it's all about. Not the chain restaurants. Eat local, drink local, be local.
Yeah, no, we're locally owned in Bloomington, and we try to use as many small local businesses. Well, Piazza Produce is not that small, but they're local. They source from a lot of local farms year round as much as possible. So we're locked in with them, and that helps us keep a really local pulse on what we do, which is hard for catering because a lot of our orders are made well ahead of time, and we just have to fill them when they happen. So it's not like we can put a seasonal menu out there and say this is what we got right now,
Right.
and people can just order at the minute. So it's a little different, but we try to incorporate as much locally produced products, produce, beers, wines, anything like that we can do. And this event really showcases everything that Indiana has to offer, and we love being a part of it. It's great.
Now, to plug a little bit of One World Catering, is there a party too small that you all will do, or party too big, or you guys will take it on all?
We're pretty small scale for the most part, but we this event's a big one for us. This amount of people is huge. Bloomington's not a real big town, so we don't get a lot of demand for huge parties, but we're trying to expand and be able to accommodate more and more people as we grow. And
How long has One World been around?
our catering business started 7.5 years ago.
About the
but
same
One
time Diggin
World is
It's
a
the
lot
7th
older.
year.
We have the Bloomington Brewery. Pizza X in Bloomington is big. It's a local delivery pizza place, and then Lenny's restaurant And then we have a commissary, which preps stuff for all of our other companies, pizza dough, veggie toppings, and things like that.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're locally owned and operated business, but we're growing constantly, and it's great.
Now, did you grow up in Bloomington? Is that your home?
No. I'm from New Palestine, suburb of Indy. Actually, I went to Bloomington for school and just kind of stayed down there.
Stayed there and started cooking.
Started cooking as like a part-time thing, and just like, this is what I want to do. So
good deal.
Stayed with it.
Perfect. All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. I think at some point we need to get down to Bloomington. We need to do a show.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking about.
There's a couple breweries down there that have asked us to come down. We would love to come down.
We have a distillery, too.
Oh, see, now you sold it.
Cardinal.
Let's go
and
right
they
now.
make excellent spirits.
Done.
All right,
Yep.
well, we're going to make sure you have our information. We'll come down to
Yeah.
Bloomington for a night. We'll hang out with you guys, do a whole show, give you guys a whole hour on the show.
Awesome.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, hey, man, thanks for
Well, I
coming in.
appreciate what
doing
you
great
guys are
things.
doing, too. It's
Absolutely.
awesome. Keep up the good work.
We love it.
Thank you, Chef Corbin.
You gotta
Appreciate
promote
it.
the breweries and the distilleries.
You
and
bet.
Absolutely,
wineries.
man. Stay local, drink local, eat local. That's what it's
Definitely.
all about.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you,
thanks,
sir.
Have a good day.
This is Mel from Alley's Ale House. Come check out the Blind Pig Confessions every Tuesday night. You mention the show to your bartender or server anytime on Tuesday and get our Big Daddy's pulled pork sandwich and the Beer Brewery Beer of the Week for $10.
All right, we are on with the RRF band here at Diggin, Taste of Indiana. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. It's a fantastic day here. Fantastic beers, food, music. And it's gorgeous out today. So we're doing great today.
So I met you guys by the bathroom because that's obviously where men always meet is by the bathroom.
And beer drinkers.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I found out you guys were big craft beer people, that you do a lot of your shows in craft breweries. I also found out that you already follow us and that you'd already contacted us about doing the show, which is awesome. It's
Yes,
like
we
a double
did.
bonus.
Yes, yeah. My wife Terry Ann had contacted you guys.
Yes.
This is just like, kismet meeting
Yeah,
here like this
absolutely
today.
it is.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's unfortunately for us, we're booked out right now till like late October. So it's hard for us to get things going, but
Yeah.
we heard that you guys are actually doing a special show in town here this week, and we're planning on coming out and seeing you that night. So we're even going to come out on a night for you guys.
That'd be fantastic.
Let's
We're
do
going to
it.
play Metazoa at 6 o'clock, Metazoa Brewing Company
Right.
here in Indianapolis. And this will be our second time back there. Fantastic beers. They're doing a lot of really cool, unique stuff over there. And we had a ball the first time out, so we were super excited to be invited back.
Awesome. We're looking forward to that, man. So what do you guys think about this Dig In Festival?
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
We played 5 shows in 3 days.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Damn.
5 shows, 3 days.
Oh,
One
wow.
show Friday, 3 yesterday, and then today.
This is the only non-brewery show. So we play breweries by choice, and we have so for a long time. Terry Ann and I, we got to meet, and it's well documented in Chicago. Larry Bell came to Chicago and was pouring his own beers in the early 90s. There was a place called Sheffield's, and Larry came there with Soul Sun and Amber Ale, which was Bell's flagship beer at the time, and then Two Hearted Ale. So this is in 1994, and Terry and I, we tried those beers, and we've never been anything but craft since probably 94.
Nice.
And Goose Island was in town, too, so we got to discover Goose Island, actually, through Bell. So, like, Kalamazoo came to Chicago, and we discovered a Chicago brewery through Kalamazoo, which was incredible. So we're just super excited to be playing at some great craft breweries, and Indianapolis is an epicenter for incredible craft beer.
Oh, we know that.
Yeah, I'm a Michigan native, and Bell's is one of my first craft brewery loves, and so I grew up with Bell's, and
Right.
And it's funny, Michigan. I always, it said they have such a great craft brew scene,
Yeah.
but now Indianapolis has just exploded the last 5 years, and they're on par with everybody else in the country, and it's great to see what's going on here.
You're absolutely right. They're on par with everybody
Yeah,
else in
they
the
are.
country, and then some.
Yeah.
There's been so many great breweries opening up, and if you're not great, you're not going to last.
Yeah,
No.
But there's a lot of great beer in Indianapolis.
there
There's,
is fantastic.
Mediocrity doesn't survive.
No.
And this city is just, a
booming.
metropolis right
And it's
now
funny,
for
we keep
craft
talking
beer.
about, man, that bubble's got to burst, but every week there's another one.
There's room for everybody.
There is.
And like music, Nick and Terry and I, we're not in competition with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
We go out and we do what we do, and we record our music and play our own stuff, and we have a great time doing that. But, we help out other artists and other bands, and, we take the lead and the cue from other breweries that help each other out. Collaborations and all that kind of stuff that happen, they're just so prevalent in the brewing industry. And, of course, everybody wants to do good. But there's room for everybody. And what there's not room for is the negativity that you get in most business. Most businesses, you get a lot of, and kick your butt, and I can't wait to put you down. And
it's unique to Indy as well. Like I said, we've mentioned this numerous times on the show, how close-knit the breweries are in town, and outside of Indianapolis, how close it is. It is like, musicians helping each other, breweries help each other out. You don't see that in other cities like you are seeing here, so it's very, very cool.
You don't, and the thing of it is too is we've witnessed it as well. Like we played Indiana City Beer, and they'll say, "Wow, Chili Water, have you played there? They're fantastic." And then we played Chili Water, and they'll say, "Well, hey, did you go to Metazoa? They're amazing."
Gotta
and
get in there.
Metazoa, the same thing. It's really wonderful to have that because in this field, this is something that we're truly blessed to have going on. There's never been a time like this where you can enjoy so many great beers and meet so many cool people like you guys who put yourselves out there to promote what's going on. Because we get it and we understand, but there's still a ton of people who do not. And unless there's advocates like you guys, then people don't know because the average person is still not drinking craft.
We have a lot of musicians on the show. It's funny we've had some guys that said, "Nope, I'm a Coors guy. I'm a Bud guy. I just want to drink beer and I'm happy." Then we was like, "Well, you're on our show. You got to try craft beer. What do you like?" And it's funny how many of them will try. All right, that's pretty good. All right, that is pretty good. It's like, what? There's stuff out there for everybody. You got to get outside your comfort circle, and try some new stuff because there's so much great beer out there.
Well, without Blind Pig Confessions, there, you guys are putting people in that direction,
right?
And
absolutely.
People need to be directed.
So what we do is, somebody comes to us and they say, "Well, I don't like craft beer. Why don't you like craft beer?" "Well, I'm a Coors Light drinker." All right. Well, you know what? Come to one of our shows. Let us help you. We give them something like Beer Brewery Special K Kolsch.
Yeah, it's a good.
It's a very
light beer.
It's a light craft beer, but it's very delicious. Way better than a Coors Light, right?
Mm-hmm.
They drink that, they're like, "Ooh, shit, that was good."
Sure.
What else is out there? You get them thinking about it. Roberto here was not a huge craft guy till he started hanging around us.
Come on,
what do you think, Roberto? It changed it, didn't it?
It really
it's
did.
Like a religion.
And it's kind of double-edged sword because I'm a musician. I've been playing guitar for 30 years.
Right on.
So
Nice.
like when somebody says, "You know what, that song, that's stupid, that's ugly, that's crap." I'm like, I tell these people, I'm like, well, it might not be for you, but don't call it stupid. Yeah. I'm like,
sure,
it's art. That's their expression, so you should accept it as such. And if you could, at the very minimalist, just accept that it's art. And it's somebody expressing themselves in a positive manner. It might not be your cup of tea.
Sure.
But just accept the fact that it's an expression, and then we can get along. Same thing with beer. Coors, Corona, whatever big name brand that's been around forever. That might be your cup of tea, but try something else.
Absolutely.
You like it, you don't like it, that's all cool. But, don't knock it down because you don't understand it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's where I come from.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It is artistry that's going on. Anytime somebody creates something, you go to Beer Works, you go to Flat 12, you go to Sun King, you're not going to get Osiris over at another brewery.
Right.
You get Osiris from Sun King, and that's their statement, that's their artwork, and it's something that's absolutely amazing.
They all have their own niche, and it might be a porter, it might be, an IPA here. They all got their own thing. They do really well.
Yeah.
They, and then they, obviously experiment with everything else. But it seems like there's so much different characteristics between each brewery as well. It's just amazing.
I think every brewmaster has their personal interest in a certain type of beer. If you go to Beer Brewery, if you guys have not had Beer Brewery Sanitarium, you have not lived.
Okay, we haven't lived yet.
Sanitarium is ungodly.
All right.
I can't even describe it, right, B? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan, these are the
amazing.
moments I live for. To hear that kind of statement, like this is why I'm here, and I have not lived there. Not yet. Going to. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. But now we know.
They release it once a year.
I
I have a bottle in my fridge.
Okay.
And it's one of those beers they made it to keep aging, just like a fine wine would.
Gotcha.
So the beer in my fridge, I know it's just sitting there. It's it's churning, it's fermenting,
Yeah.
it's aging more. I've had 2014, 2015, and 2016 Sanitarium.
Yeah. Yep.
They're all just. I mean, you sip it and you're like,
I wouldn't
holy
keep putting it out there
shit.
that you got that bottle in your fridge.
Yeah, right? I mean, we're coming over. We're finding out.
People are breaking in the house for copper. They're going to be breaking your house for beer. I mean, that's going to happen.
Roberto, what's Jordan's address? We're coming over.
Hit you up afterwards.
But it's those kind of things, that make the brewing industry great. Zombie
Yeah.
Dust from Three Floyds. Everybody
yeah.
seeks it out.
Everyone. Yeah.
Zombie Dust to me is a great beer. Is it the best beer in the world? No. But if it's on tap, am I going to go there and drink it because I saw it's on tap? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm driving there and I'm drinking it.
Yeah, Three Floyds has really done an amazing job for the whole craft beer community in general. I mean, they really paved the way. I went to Three Floyds when they were in Hammond in a garage and tried Alpha King. The Alpha King 1996. Terry and I had the 96 Alpha King,
nice.
and they reissued that one, kind of like Great Vinyl. Like they remastered it and they put it out, and it's fantastic. But that brewery, I mean, those guys do what they want. They don't spend a dime on advertising.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Just set up shop, and they put out great beers, and they do what they want to do, and they're pretty obstinate about it. But people flock over there because they're just doing a great thing, and they're doing their own thing. And as soon as you walk in, Nick, it's metal.
It is. Same thing at Kuma's Corner in the city, man.
I mean, if you want to hear a Sleep record or a Red Fang record, go to Three Floyds, and you're down.
I think
with
last
the
time I
metal.
was there, they were playing Sharknado actually on the big screen.
Nice.
And why not?
Exactly.
Zombie Dust and Sharknado. It's all good. Absolutely.
I tell you what, guys, you know what? I appreciate you guys coming on the show today.
Thanks for inviting us.
We got to get some other people on, but hopefully Thursday we're going to come up there. We're going to hang out with you guys at Metazoa.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we
We're
talked
gonna hang
about
out.
beer
We'll be
tonight,
there.
but we're going to talk about the band on Thursday, obviously.
Absolutely.
So
Awesome.
We want
that's what it's
Thursday to be
about.
all about you guys.
Yeah.
And we'll have Metazoa's beer, too.
Yeah.
We'll give Metazoa some love. But,
Oh, yeah.
hey, guys, thanks for stopping by today and talking to us. We appreciate it. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you guys being a part of the craft beer industry. You guys are out there putting on shows of the craft beer. That's the same as us going to the craft beers and talking about them,
Yeah.
We are all part of one big, giant community.
Absolutely.
And that's the craft beer community. It's awesome, amazing.
Beautiful.
We all love it.
It's a giant fan.
Thanks for welcoming us into your craft beer community.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Right on.
Okay, so we're here with Black Acre Brewing Company on Washington Street, correct?
That's correct. That's where our tap room is. We've got a production facility 2 blocks south on Bonner Avenue, but our main public space is on Washington.
Awesome. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are known for doing some pretty good sour beers, right?
Hopefully, we're just starting, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say pretty good. We're just dipping our toe in.
Okay.
We're only 4.5 years old. I feel like you need to be at least 5 years old to say you have a good sour program because I mean a lot of these things take time.
Uh-huh.
We like to do 2.5, 3 years in a barrel to really get a good flavor on it. So
Gotcha.
it really you got a lot of lead
Okay.
time there. But
Yeah, we've been down to Black Acre. We haven't done a show there yet, which we want to, so we need to really talk to you and get a show down there.
sure.
But sour beers, some of us love them. This
Right.
guy is
I'm a good sour man.
huge sour man. I like sours.
Sure.
This guy, not so much on the sours. but-
It's just not my cup of vodka.
It's
man.
yeah. I think the great thing is there's so many styles of beer, and we try to keep at least 16 to 20 of our own beer on tap. So there's something for everyone. Maybe someone doesn't like sours or barrel aged or hoppy or whatever, but there's. I like all of them. But
That's a good repertoire. What's one of your favorite? Well, I mean, what do you got right here? You brought some beer with you.
Sure. So today we're serving the Natural Liberty, which is a citra hopped American Pale Lager.
Ooh.
When it's this hot out, you just want something that's kind of. I hate the word quaffable, but I'm going to use it. It's quaffable. It's 100% Pilsen malt, so it's like from a homebrew perspective, I guess it's a smash beer. It's single malt, single hop. Lager yeast, so it's just highlighting the citra, and everything else is kind of in the background.
Yeah, we do homebrew as well, and Citra hops is one of my favorite hops to use as a homebrewer. It gives you that really full flavor of Citra in it. You get those
I'll take
high
some of that.
citrus notes, but it's a pretty easy hop to use. You don't feel weird about using those hops. You know what I mean? It's
The hardest part is getting the contract for them.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. I did not know that part.
So about Black Acre. So on Washington Street, how big is your tap room? What do you guys got going on there? Any kind of entertainment or anything?
Sure. So we're like 65 to 75 seats. We got a standing bar, so however many people you can shove around the standing bar, it might vary. No entertainment right now because right now we're just entertainment kind of takes away from our seating, and we're kind of already so stretched for space. We're in the middle of an expansion. We've owned or started renting the space next to us for the last year and a half, but we were kind of focused on getting the distribution brewery done first, because if we can't support the seats with beer, there's no reason
Obviously.
to get those
Definitely.
seats up. So yeah, it's pretty much just kind of a low key place. We do have food there, but beer's the focus, and we're hoping to pretty much double the seats here in the next year when we get the expansion going.
That's great.
So when you say you serve food there, what kind of food you guys serve?
Yeah, so we're right now we're doing like paninis, meat and cheese boards, soups, salads, kind of really basic thing. We try to do as many local ingredients as possible. The nice thing when your focus is beer is you can kind of try to break even on the food, have really good food. I get in the shower, it's great. But yeah, I think the food's great, but yeah, our focus, probably 70% of our sales are on beer, but the food is great when you want it. So
awesome, man. So what are your three main beers you serve there? I know you're getting soaked, brother. I am so sorry.
It's so refreshing. I like it.
Okay. Yeah,
as long as it's not damaging your headphones.
No, you're good on that.
So our two main beers that are kind of always on in distribution is Saucy Intruder, which is our rye IPA, and then Natural Liberty, which is we have here, which is the citra hopped pale lager.
I'm liking it. It's good. I'm not a big hops guy, but there's not a lot of bitter. There's on the back end at all.
All the hops are pretty much late edition. We have a very small bittering hop. So it's really, it's meant to be something you can drink and just get a lot of that citrus flavor without having to,
Right off the bat, the smell is great. It's got a really good aroma to it.
Holy
the taste,
shit.
it really just, it's really fulfilling.
I haven't even tasted, but that aroma is fantastic.
Right? Brendan just joined us in. And
I'll tell you what, I'm with him. I don't know what your name is. I just sat down in Black Acre, but I got caught in the rain. I was like, this is the best feeling I've had. It's amazing.
Did we even introduce properly?
I don't think so. What's your name, man? Let's go for it, man.
Yeah, so I'm Justin Miller. I'm one of the owners. I'm the head of brewery operations.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
This is a beautiful beer. I'm going to say that.
Thank you.
Right
no,
now.
it's good.
I think actually Black Acre. I just moved back up here in March. And I think on one of my earlier visits before moving back up, Black Acre was probably one of the first ones that Jordan and I went down. We were doing just kind of a roundabout night on a lot of places. And it's so weird because I grew up in Irvington.
Sure.
And on that whole strip, I remember, Halloween, the paint the windows thing.
Yep.
And I think I don't know if it was in your area or not. It was like the Trader or something. It was like Auto Trader or something where my aunt used to work.
Right behind us. Yeah, the Trader. Back before Craigslist took all those shops. Yeah, they had their printing facility.
It's
right
so
behind
weird
us.
seeing that whole old neighborhood actually revitalized again.
Yeah.
It's very cool because it looked. I've been back and forth a couple of years, but many years ago it just started to look even more run down than it used to be.
Right.
And then it's finally started to pick back up.
It's on the upswing. The residential is insane around there. Houses stay on the market 3 days. Commercial is now, it's the residential's there. Commercial is now building up. So this beer, the Natural Liberty, kind of really quick story.
Liberty,
Go for it.
That's the name of it.
Yeah, Natural Liberty. It's kind of just interesting on how branding matters for a beer, because you don't really, if you're kind of geeking out on that just beer perspective, a good beer is a good beer. But in terms of selling it, some beers can't make as much because they're not consumed as much.
Yeah.
So this used to be one of my pet project beers I do every summer, and it was a hoppy Pilsner. So people who like Pilsners don't like hops. People who like hops don't like Pilsners. It was always like the 14th seller. So we rebranded it a pale lager, same exact pretty much recipe, and it just shot up the charts. At our tap room to one of the top 3 sellers just from a name change. Pretty much same.
And that's sad because to say you have to do that with such a good beer, because this really is. This is one of my favorite.
Sounds kind of like when we did our first stout and we got it. It was called a black IPA for a while because we were a bit hoppy on our first stout there.
Well, so we've been out here for a couple of hours. We've been drinking a lot of beer, been eating a lot of food. Coming towards the end of the Taste of Indy.
Mm-hmm.
This beer really woke me up.
Right.
It's so refreshing.
Thank you.
It's real. The aroma alone, just wow, it just hit you like a brick. It's a really good beer, man. Hats off to you guys.
Yeah, cheers.
So, excellent for the heat too. Like I said, you said quaffable.
Well, you know, I think it's anything below 6.4 hydrates you, anything above 6.4 dehydrates you. So this is like 5.2, 5.3, so it's on the hydrating side, so that's good.
That's awesome, man. You know, I appreciate you guys, you coming on the show, talking to us a little bit about Black Acre. We would love to set something up, come on site, give you guys an entire hour on the show, talk about the brewery, talk about what you guys got coming out, doing all that stuff.
Sure.
We need to get that set up with you guys. Drink some more of this, sample your other beers. So we would love to have it, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, and you have a great day, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Cheers.
I'm Busey. This is Chili from Dos Ringos. You're listening to Blind Pig Confession.
Woo! All right, so we are back with Emily of Deer Creek Brewing. How are you? That was not very exciting.
So
hot. What the hell?
I just said, it's the end of the day. If that would have been like 3 hours, like, woohoo! Now she's like, woohoo.
I'm just so glad to finally sit down.
So Emily's been on the show before. Before she was on the show as Nuvo. Now she's on the show as Deer Creek Brewery. We love to have you. We don't care where you are. We're still going to have you on the show.
I'm still down to
You
clown.
can go to Bob Evans. We're still going to have you on the show. You know,
that
it's all
might
good.
be my next stop.
That was a good
you
show
never
you
know.
guys. It was a good show you guys had before you had before. So it was,
we had a lot of fun.
Numbers.
It was Emily and Nikki Reed. Oh yeah, that was a great show.
That was a good one.
It was a little bit of a pervert show, but it was good. It was fun. You know,
nothing wrong with racy on that one.
So what brought you to Deer Creek?
I got laid off from Nuvo, if we're being honest.
That's
and then,
okay.
so I actually had a family friend recommended the job for me and then kind of got brought on immediately.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so I've just been with them for 2 weeks, so I'm still fresh, still new.
Okay.
Sales rep, pounding the pavement, saying, get our beer in here.
Was that your boss over there?
Yeah, Eric
Because
Smith.
I felt like he was like dumbfounded at the fact that I'm like, hey, no, I like her. we love this girl.
Right.
He was like, okay,
yeah, he's like, how
apparently
do you know
she's
them? I was like, I just weasel my way in on their show.
I think he was like, well, apparently she's the shit. I'm glad we hired her.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
So you do, absolutely. Yeah. So, we had a show scheduled at Deer Creek, and then
that's what he said.
It kind of fell apart. Like all of our schedules, we didn't realize just kind of fell apart.
We did that
day.
on the fly when we were there, and didn't realize we had something else scheduled again. And because we didn't have a marketing person,
True,
Michelle. So we're gonna fix that. But so we apologize, but we'd love to get back there.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to work.
But it's great to have Emily on, and it was great. You were around for Nuvo, but you talked about loving craft beer back then.
I do.
So
Yep. And I've always wanted to get in this industry. It was like perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was less than a month that I was hired on.
That's awesome.
So,
thank God. I've always loved Emily in every capacity except for the fact she never shows up to brew night.
Quit harping on that.
Can we put in like a sad sound effect?
Yeah, we'll get one. Yeah.
Roberto told me that too. He's like, well, who's this Emily? You keep telling me she's coming and she never shows up.
Yeah, I'm the one they're always talking about.
Sorry.
That's all good.
I'm
I always
scared
show
of
up
the
late and you don't
neighborhood
show up
kid.
at all. So.
Oh, you've heard about the neighborhood kid?
Oh yeah, I'm scared of him. Apparently.
You shouldn't be scared of him. You can whip him.
I can
Josh?
take him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He might
Heard
cut
about
your
him.
legs off.
Well, he could
He's
today
scary.
because they hurt
Yeah,
standing all day.
So what beer you guys? What beer you guys been serving over there?
We've got our
today at the
Cork
Diggin?
County Red Cream Ale. It's a Irish red cream ale.
Yeah,
So
I think that's actually what I'm drinking right now.
awesome. Yeah, I think you.
You're both drinking it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, people are a little intimidated by the coloring of it, but
Red's I've always had a bad reputation with Red.
they just see dark.
Yeah, well,
and then they're like, "Oh, it's a hot day. I don't
Yeah,
want
it's
it."
like-
and I'm like,
oh.
"No, wait. You should come back and try it. It's actually really refreshing."
It's a
and
light
light.
enough red for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, all your reds are what That's what I grew up on. Was all you saw was Killian's. That's the only red out there, and it was never my cup of tea.
In the day, I would say that could be said. A stout is always black, blah blah blah.
Right.
The craft beer industry has changed that a lot. We talk about Bigsby a lot, but it is it's a white stout.
The American craft beer industry, because I
There you
don't
go.
think other countries now are catching up with us with doing experimentations with the beer that was done here first.
Right.
I mean, you talk about those staples like Guinness and stuff, but they had that stout. That's where everybody thought that's what a stout is, but no, America has taken that beer and
Taking
the
it to
craft
the next
beer and taken it to the
level.
next
Well,
level.
they've taken
And now those other countries are getting into that craft beer scene as well.
And they've taken that red ale and made it a red cream ale. which actually smooths it out a lot for my palate, and I really like that. So is that
Yeah.
the only thing you guys were serving over there today?
Yeah, everybody only has one today.
Oh, okay.
That I'm aware. Our tent only has one each.
Gotcha.
I think
that's across the board.
There's
Yeah.
so many of them here, though. But
not that Jordan's a lush and tried them all. I'm just saying.
what are some of the other good ones over there at Deer Creek?
We're surrounded by Pilsner that I know of. Like our half of the tent, it's Bloomington.
I was actually more going towards what does Deer Creek have?
Oh, my gosh.
I don't care about them. We want to talk about Deer Creek.
It's been a long day.
It's all right. You're all good.
We have, we're coming out with like a fly series. So we have our deer fly, and then we have.
Does it have real flies in the beer?
I think by like
Leave
FDA
your-
standards, you're kind of allowed. Like,
there's
one
But
part per
no,
million.
We try not to. Yes.
It's fly-by products.
But yeah, so we have a deer fly, which is an American IPA, and then we have a white fly, which is more Belgian style.
Okay.
And then a rye fly, which has the citra hops, is real nice and lighter. And then we have a shady Amarillo Pilsner, which is really
Shady
nice.
Amarillo.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
I'm liking it.
Amarillo by morning.
You guys doing any darks or any sours?
Yeah, we're gonna get in there. Oh, sours not yet.
Not
we
yet?
have an apricot wheat, but it's not sour, but it's got that kind
A little
of
bit of
tang.
cider
It's sour,
taste to
but
it.
it's sour.
Yeah, it's
well,
an
but if
apricot, so.
depending on how you do it, you can get a little bit of a sour taste out of it, almost a cider in ways, without having to actually
That's
sour
what-
it.
Yeah. We have our Court County, which we have
Yeah.
here. What am I forgetting?
No,
I think
okay.
that's it, actually.
Well, for now, yeah.
That we have right now in production. But we're
Gotcha.
working on a black fly, which would be the 4 flies.
Getting ready for the winter, the fall and the winter months.
And then we have a Oktoberfest and a Count Hopula.
Nice.
Imperial IPA.
So
coming out.
you guys are you guys still partnered with Barley Island?
Yeah, Jeff
Okay.
Eaton is our brewer, and he's with Barley Island.
Okay, so but when we were there last, they talked about Barley Island's going to have their beers, they're going to have Dirty Hell, and they're going to have those.
Mhm.
You guys are going to have your separate beers. Is that kind of how you guys have gone now that you have your
Yeah.
own brewing facility?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
and they do it
Because
all.
when we were there, it was the same beer. It was just renamed for Deer Creek and renamed
the
for
deer fly is the same as the bar fly.
Okay.
So there's the overlap.
Okay,
So the bar fly's
but generally
the same.
speaking, you guys do brew your own beer there besides
Mhm.
Barley Island.
Right. Barley Island now is being brewed.
There's
Mhm.
Barley Island beer and there's Deer Creek beer.
Yeah.
You're not crossing the two. You're making separate beers for each.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
and like I said, we went in there, we felt really bad. We were all excited, we were jammed up, and then we scheduled a show, and then it fell through, and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
guys, it's so close to home. Why are we doing this?
I know. When I
But-
got the job, I was like, I need to stop by and see the pigs and some samples. And then I was like, well, let's get the beer in Allie's Ale House first.
Yeah, we
And
can
then-
help you with that. You know that, right?
Well, let's do it.
They listen to us, so
Well, let's do it.
That's at
we
the home.
saw one of the guys from there at the Indie Beer Bash.
We missed that one,
Jack?
I think.
I'm not sure his name.
Indie Beer Bash?
I think we missed
Yeah, it
that
was on
one.
Georgia Street. I think
Oh, really?
it's one of the first years they did it.
There are so many. Yeah,
So
there,
I know, I
there
can't
are
keep up with them.
So many, and I don't know that I can even drink that much. With all the different.
X103, I think, kind of helped put it on.
Okay.
I don't know if
Gotcha.
it was theirs or it was just like.
I
sponsored.
saw it. This was the first year of it, right?
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
it was.
That's what. Yeah, I saw it. So it was not
Pretty good turnout though. It was really crappy weather, but
That's
like,
the hard
it
part
didn't
right
rain
now.
the entire time. It rained before and after.
Of course.
So setting up the tent and tearing down the tent
That was awful.
was raining. But
I'm
underneath
laughing
the-
because Roberto is so quiet right now. He's usually not, but he doesn't know anything about Deer Creek yet.
Oh.
So that's when you can tell when he's not sure what to say. He's just sitting there all quiet.
Well, I had it earlier, and I did comment earlier
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. It was actually, it's a really good, I like it.
Good.
Yeah. When we went live, we did our little live feed.
We did
Yeah.
our
This
little
was
live
fun.
feed, and I mentioned Deer Creek because it was one of the first beers I had today at here because I had like 6 at home. But I really like it. It's a really good beer
And refreshing for a dark beer.
It
man.
wasn't
That's
what I was expecting. Yeah, thank you. It was a really
Exactly.
good
But
refreshing.
But look at it's not that dark. I mean,
yeah, but
no,
the
it's
red,
not, but-
when you call
I
it a
can
red,
almost
a red
see
has
through
a
it.
stigma. A red
Yeah.
has a bit of a stigma in some places because I haven't had a
Killian's
lot of good
ruined
ones.
that.
Right. Well, I haven't
Yeah.
had a lot
Yes,
of good
it
ones,
did.
and people try, but they're very timid to try out the reds just because of all that. You know,
I stayed away from them for years because I hate Killian's.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And so I stayed away from reds. Oh, I don't like red. No, I just didn't like Killian's.
But you had this, you had this one earlier,
Yeah.
and it was pretty good.
It
You
was
even said
damn good, yeah. And it was refreshing out in the sun. It was
we
good
get
beer.
the same thing. I've seen people do the same thing, like make a face to the cream ale.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't want the cream ale.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually,
just
I
try-
like the
trust
cream
me.
ales. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. But people want like a stronger.
But it gives there's a mouthfeel to the cream ale that's a lot better than it's just different. It's not bad. It's you got to get used to it. You just really got to try it.
Then it's gotten to the point that you have to try it,
right?
Because
and it's a free sample. Why are you walking away from my table?
Exactly.
Come here.
Ultimately, it's not so much.
You can also
the
dump
aroma.
it out. We're surrounded by grass.
I didn't walk away.
Well, we had some guests on.
Pours.
We had some guests on before who talked about they'd been hanging out with the craft beer industry since like 94, 96, which back then. Killian's was the craft.
That's true.
The craft of beers of those days were still industrial craft. There wasn't a whole lot of local stuff other than if your dad was homebrewing or something like that you got some of that. And so that was the original craft brew market. And it really wasn't all that good back in the day.
Not in the early 90s, no. You couldn't find a whole lot.
No.
It wasn't until the early 2000s where stuff started booming and taking off. And really, I would say, what do you think, B? In the last 5-6 years, that the craft market just exploded on the scene.
Well, in Indianapolis, absolutely. I mean, other places, it's been booming for 10, 15 years. Obviously, Michigan, Seattle, Portland, it's been booming for now 10, 15. Indianapolis, absolutely, 7 years, it just started to explode. And we talked about it again earlier. That bubble's going to burst, but it's not even close. There's new breweries coming on board. Everybody is drinking more and more craft beer, which is great. And so I don't think we're even near that point of that bubble bursting yet. And there's just so many great beers out there.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show today.
Yeah,
and you, young lady, need to come out to Brew Night with us.
I know, I do. So not this Thursday.
But the next Thursday.
You at least got to meet Hamilton Pigsby.
We have the mascot now.
I probably should hold a grudge because you didn't pick my name.
Which one was it?
Stevie Wonder.
Aww.
Well, he's not actually blind.
He's a blind pig.
Yeah, well, we weren't going to, that's.
Pat thought it was racist.
Oh,
I did not.
I'm kidding.
So
there were a lot to choose from. Choose from.
What did you settle on? Sorry.
Professor Hamilton
Pigsby.
Professor Hamilton Pigsby. Nice.
So. All right, hon. Well, thanks for coming on the show today. We appreciate it. We'll be out there to see you guys soon up at Deer Creek Brewery.
Awesome.
Thanks. All right, so dig in. Taste of Indiana. We are here with 18th Street Brewery. Miss Kelly, how are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent.
We're great. So tell us a little bit about the brewery.
We were recently in Gary until about 8 months ago. We just moved to Hammond, Indiana.
Oh, really?
Right by the police station.
Really? Perfect.
So,
I go there often.
Luckily, I haven't. So, but yeah, no, we just moved there. It's a little over 30,000 square feet. We moved the brew pub there. We still have the tasting room in Gary, but the brew pub is actually in Hammond.
So you needed more room already?
We did need a little bit more room, just
a
little bit.
And I've had numerous 18th Street beers, and they're fantastic. I think you guys are an absolutely great brewery, so I'm glad glad you guys are here because I don't think any of you guys have had them yet, have you?
I have not.
Just today.
Yeah, it's great beer. I mean, that really is fantastic. So I'm glad you guys are representing Gary and Hammond, and not just Three Floyds isn't the only beer guys over there.
They're close. They're close, and they're good friends.
And you guys are making great beer. That's what's important.
Right
and we love Three Floyds. Don't get us wrong, but we love the craft beer community. And one thing we noticed in this state is the craft beer community is very tight knit. Like everybody's friends. You guys are not against Three Floyds.
Oh no, we're all on the same team, and that's one thing that's so nice that I think that a lot of places. The craft beer industry is so new, and it's boom. It's not so new, but that it's booming and there's all these other places that are coming up. So other people that are kind of coming into it and learning, just customers, patrons, they don't realize that we really are all friends and we want each other to succeed. So yeah.
And that's what we love about it, and we're part of the craft beer community too. We go to all these breweries and we say, what do you guys have? What do you guys have to offer? We put it out there. We want people to listen. We want people to learn about craft beer.
Yeah.
We want to take those Coors Light, Miller Lite, Budweiser drinkers. We want to convert them to a pale ale or a Kolsch or whatever to get them started on the right track of that craft beer.
Right.
We've been drinking craft beer long enough now that we enjoy all of it, right, guys? I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a Kolsch, an IPA, a porter, a stout.
It's good.
Unless it's a sour.
It's good.
Stop it with the sour.
We have a sour line you're going to have to try sometime.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, you do?
Send it
I
to
will
you.
try it. So far I haven't found one that really hits me. So that's what I'm looking for, because I hear a lot of good things about some of these sours, and I haven't found one that just really fits my palate.
The sours, the lambics, and that's where I really look for. I love to have those.
18th Street just came out with, I don't like to say that it's a gypsy company because it's not. It's still our brewery, but it's called Sour Note, and it's our sour line basically. And so we have a kiwi, a mango, an apricot, a blackberry, and a cherry.
Oh shit! And are you brewing that somewhere else other than?
No, we actually have a different. So that's part of the reason why the new facility came into place. But yeah, it's all there. So you can find them at a couple places, but I can send you guys some in the mail, and you can try that out.
Awesome. Yes. So, what's your favorite craft beer? I mean, 18th Street wise, are you a porter fan, a stout fan, a pale ale fan?
I'm a stout woman and an IPA lady.
Yeah.
So,
there we go.
You're with a stout.
Yeah, I really, really, really like stouts. I enjoy those bunch.
And that should be coming up, as the fall hits. And
we'll have our Hunter series, the Vertical series come out. We had Barrel Massacre.
Barrel Massacre?
Barrel Massacre happened the day before Dark Lord Day, and it was all barrel-aged beers. So
I missed that one.
That's
so worth a drive, guys. How do we miss that? I mean,
you realize how much there is to do?
I know. I have your card now, so I'll make sure I
send
you an invite.
And there's so many. Pat's right. There's so many craft beer festivals or releases or whatever going on in the Indiana as a state. It's hard for us to even keep up with, let alone be at all of them.
Absolutely.
If I tried to go to all those, my liver would have shut down 3 months ago.
I wonder where. I don't know. I've been working a lot of them. I wonder where mine is. I don't know.
So just give us a little bit of history of 18th Street.
Drew Fox, our owner, head brewer, he used to work at Pipeworks in Chicago, and then opened up 18th Street in Gary. And then he's from Chicago. Also lived in Gary for a while, and then had the brew pub there. We've been doing a lot of work with McKellar.
McKellar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went over to Copenhagen a couple months ago, actually, and we did a collaboration brew with War Pigs, which is the Three Floyds.
Yeah. I thought McKellar makes like a really popular stout one.
I know they make a coffee. There's a coffee.
Yeah. There's a coffee something that they do really well.
So that's been really fun. We've been doing that, and then we just kind of moved over to Hammond, like I said, about 8 months ago, and we're just trying to get that whole thing going underway. But we have both places open, and it's been pretty exciting. So
what were you guys serving here over at Diggin again?
We had Belgian Golden.
Belgian Golden, okay.
And then we had our Sex and Candy IPA.
I think I missed that one.
So we had both of those.
No, I didn't even see that.
You had two today. Wow.
So we had two. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the gold was beautiful. Like I say, it was just a perfect hot summer day beer.
Yeah.
It really was delicious.
It's awesome.
You never would have known that it was.
No,
8%.
and was it a 9 or 8? Was it 9?
It was 8%.
8%. Okay.
8, yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I definitely would not have guessed that because it was a beautifully
nice little surprise.
Yeah. Wow. Delicious.
As I pass out in front of the tent.
Yeah. Right.
From the 8% and the heat.
Luckily, no one did that.
We did see a couple. I think we did see a couple face plants today. But.
Yeah, I saw a couple face plants. Yes, that's all good. I respect them. It's all good.
But
they had a good time. So
I do all of our distribution, and we do self-distribution. So I'm in charge of that.
Is this the first time at Diggin?
No, we were here last year also. So
look how nervous she is, and she's doing a phenomenal job on the microphone. But she's so nervous. She's like, you can tell. She's like. You're doing an awesome job. I don't know why you're even nervous at all. Right? Am I wrong, guys? I mean, look, she's doing great.
Yeah, now I can replace Cowboy with her.
That's all taken. Sorry, Cowboy, you lost your position. We got Roberto's replacing Hunter, and Kelly's replacing Cowboy. We're all good.
Y'all are out.
No, it's great to have you on. Like I said, we
thank
just
you
get a few
so
minutes with you
much.
today, but we'd love to come over there and do a full hour with you guys and just do an all 18th
Please
Street
let me know
Brewery
when you're
show.
there. I'll make sure that Drew and the other brewer, Rich Mendoza, that all three of us can be there. And our artist, Joey Potts, who does all the artwork, he's a really awesome person to talk to.
I didn't
also.
mention that. Artwork's amazing over there. Yeah, so that'd be very cool.
That he's there also.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kelly, for coming on. We appreciate it. You have a great day, and thanks for coming on the show.
Take care.
Thanks.
We're back with Flat 12 Beer Works. So now we've been on site with you guys. We had to sit down in your back room. We had a great time there. We had a beer that was phenomenal. It was one of your micro beers. It was a pickle beer.
Oh, yeah, the pickle barrel.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. That was so good, man.
Yeah, people love that beer or they hate that beer. There's no in
I thought it was phenomenal.
We loved it.
I hate cucumber beers because most of them are nasty, but that was great. I mean, you couldn't do one more than like 2 of them,
right?
But it was so refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty awesome. So yeah,
I've never had anything like that.
Yeah,
I've never had one like that. And it was absolutely delicious, amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely our kind of one-off
Yeah.
beers. You know.
So real quick, introduce yourselves. Tell us about who you are at Flat 12.
My name is Sean Lewis, head brewer at Flat 12.
Excellent. Nice to meet you.
I'm Brock Eichhorst. I'm resident head keg monkey. Pretty much.
Is that on your business card?
Yeah.
Keg monkey?
Yep. Got a picture of a monkey, too.
Nice.
I'm in the wrong profession.
So this show's a little different than when we come out to your brewery. We talk to you for an hour. You know, we just kind of want the highlights. What's going on with you guys? What do you guys have coming out? What's exciting for Flat 12 right now? And how do you feel about Diggin?
Diggin's awesome. I love this event. We've done it, I think, for like 3 or 4 years now, and it's one of my favorite events to do. They always have great food, and it's nice. You know, we just bring a beer, so everyone kind of gets a flavor of what we got. So it makes it easy on us, and doesn't overcomplicate things. You know, so
there's so many festivals now, and you guys are. I mean, it's got to be hard getting those beers out there. So this definitely has got to be a great event. One beer,
yeah.
But it is the food here is fantastic. So everyone gets the best beers around and the best food around in Indianapolis. So
is that one beer to rule them all?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's the Lord of the beers.
How did you guys decide? How did you guys decide which one to bring for this kind of event? I mean, I know you guys have you have a rather good selection, to choose from. How do you guys choose which one to bring for like this kind of event?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a part of that decision making, but we brought blonde this year, which was great because the day was hot. Yeah, it was definitely. When the sun went behind the clouds, it was okay, but even then, it's still steaming.
I think that little rain shower we had actually made it worse.
Yeah, keeps the humidity a little bit.
The humidity came up.
Yeah,
it has been rough. How's the business been over there?
Good.
Nonstop over at the booth?
Yeah, we've been nonstop all day. So it kind of comes in waves. You get a lot of people, and then it kind of fades out. And you get a lot of people coming in again. So
it's a unique tap room. I think it's nothing else is like that. Flat 12's got a really cool tap room. I always loved it.
Yeah,
and you have the what is it, hoagies that's in there for the
hoagies and hops.
Hoagies and hops.
She does a great job, Christina.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
What do you guys want to talk about as far as what's coming up at Flat 12? I almost said Beer Works, and I'm like, oh, everybody's a Beer Works. Flat 12 Beer Works. What do you guys have coming up?
I think the next beer coming out is the Flat Jack.
Yeah.
Flat Jack?
Yeah, the pumpkin beer.
Okay, well, it's that time of season.
Yeah.
You can diss a pumpkin beer all you want, but this year they cut down on the spice a little bit, and it's a lot more palatable.
Well,
it's smoother than most pumpkin beers, I would say.
I heard there's been like a shortage.
Get the ginger in there.
I heard there's been like a shortage of pumpkin. There were news stories and all that. Shortage of pumpkin to for all the brewers and all that.
I heard that too.
Yeah, no problem with it.
No, we've got a kind of a stock in pumpkin juice already. So we knew a long time ago.
We were ready to got it all stocked
every
up.
year we're like the Charlie Browns of podcasts. We go on the search for the great pumpkin beer.
Yeah,
we do.
We do it every year, and I haven't had yours yet. I'm going to be 100% honest. I have not had Flat 12 pumpkin beer, so I'm looking forward to it this year.
Yeah.
So far, Southern Tier, I think,
good one.
won our personal best.
Pung King is a very good pumpkin beer. And
it is.
They do the black version, the Warlock. That's honestly, my wife loves the Pung King.
I've never even had that.
I'm not a big pumpkin beer fan, but I would say I would drink our pumpkin beer.
None of us are, and that's why every year that's one of the things is none of us are big pumpkin beer fans. But that's why it's like, okay, let's find that one that we really like, and let's just promote the shit out because hey, here's a great pumpkin beer because everybody's doing it. But and we're not big pumpkin fans. But again, good beer is good beer. So if somebody does it right,
most of them are just really sweet and spicy,
or too
and that's the thing. And it's like that's not what I want in a beer at all.
Right. Gotcha.
And you said they were cutting. You guys cut down. You kind of mellowed it out a little bit this year. You think? Or
they adjusted him and Easy adjusted the recipe a little bit, and the nutmeg and cinnamon's not so in your face. And the ginger comes through a little more, so it's way more palatable. It's like way more balanced.
Well, yeah, you can overdo nutmeg and easy. It's so easy, the nutmeg part of it, because that'll burn it real fast.
When I was in junior high, I heard you could get high by eating a tablespoon of nutmeg. So I know all about overdoing the nutmeg.
All right, guys. So this is different than when we come out to your show. We only have a couple minutes to talk to you guys, but we appreciate you guys coming on. We need to get back out to Flat 12. I know that there's been some talks about us doing some brewing with you guys. We've started doing our own brewing, and you guys have tasted some of our beers. They're not perfect yet, but we want to get them there, and it takes people like you to help us get there. So, we're going to come back out to Flat 12. We're going to do another show. We'll
see Easy again. He's a good guy.
Easy's
our last one.
Guy.
He's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we get together and do a little small batch together.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So we'd love that.
What was that? What was that beer he brought us?
The blonde chick.
Was it no?
No, it was the shit chick or
shit
the
chick.
Something like that. It was weird.
It was weird. It was something he brought us from from
Scotland or Swedish or something.
Yeah, French. I think
he brought French. It was a French one.
Shitty beer.
Yeah.
That's what
shitty
it's
beer.
called.
Shitty beer. Yeah, with
shitty blonde.
It's
shitty blonde. There you go. That's what it was. Shitty blonde.
I don't know if you guys are joking or not.
No, we're
absolutely not.
He literally pulled out a bottle from. I think it was French. It was French, and it literally said CHITE blonde.
So it was good or bad?
It was actually
very good.
It was actually very good.
It was a good shitty beer.
It was a good shitty blonde. Like Chitty Walk or.
All right, guys. So thanks for coming on today. We appreciate it. Thanks for being
Really
Dig
do.
In. We appreciate you guys being here. We'll set up another show with you guys real soon. All right.
Hope so.
Right on. Sounds
all right.
good.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Cheers.
We have a special guest. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself because I don't remember your name. I've had a couple beers.
My name is Stephen Hackney, and I manage the S'moremobile.
Oh, the S'moremobile.
A mobile for it?
It's like the Bookmobile, but more delicious.
Do you roam around the neighborhoods like an ice cream truck?
I
just
do not.
Play.
I can't afford that one.
Okay.
But yeah, today was an excellent day. Today we actually made a frozen peach drink with peaches and cream.
Oh, nice.
I had it. It was delicious, dude.
Oh, thank you.
It was awesome. So tell us a little bit about your company, where you guys are from, what's going on with it.
Well, the food truck is new, the S'moremobile. I built it like 8 months ago. But our mother company is a marshmallow company down in Columbus, Indiana called 240 Sweet. And we've been making marshmallows for 9 years. We do over 200 different flavors of marshmallow.
Holy cow.
There are flavors of
Wait
marshmallows?
a minute. 200?
Exactly, right?
I literally have no clue that there was nothing but white marshmallows. There's
I knew there were
flavored
colored marshmallows, but not flavored
Like the
marshmallows.
same way you introduce color to the marshmallow, you can introduce whiskey and beer and bacon.
He said
and
whiskey
Nutella.
and bacon.
Yeah.
You have whiskey and beer flavored marshmallows?
Yes, sir.
Good Lord.
Holy Sorry, let me clean up my mess under the table here.
Wow.
Wow.
Good thing
It's
we're
what
outside.
marshmallows have been missing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be an awesome s'mores, man. If I got whiskey s'mores and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But so, yeah, sometimes I use those marshmallows on the S'moremobile, and we actually make foot-long ones that we sell on a stick.
How do you put
Damn.
a s'more? How do you make a foot-long s'more?
So let me get this straight. I can get a beer or whiskey flavored marshmallow on a stick that's a foot long.
I might have to do the ones on a stick for special with the beer, but normally I just use vanilla.
Okay.
But it can be done. We have the technology.
Okay, there we go. Still, I think it's pretty awesome. Roberto, what are you thinking, man? You're over there like in a haze.
I think we need a break right now and go do that. 3 feet of just whiskey, beer, and do you have a habanero s'more?
We do. We make all kinds of peppers.
Oh.
Wow.
I think we
God.
actually are known for the hottest pepper marshmallow on the planet.
With the
We use
Reaper?
grind ghost peppers.
Ghost peppers.
Oh,
Gotcha.
man.
I think we
Damn.
could amp it up to Reaper.
That's gonna be that's
I
crazy.
eat scorpion wings that are home based all the time. I love scorpion peppers. They're good. They have a flavor, right? B?
They're still good. They're hot, but they're still very
Right,
tasty.
So I think a scorpion marshmallow would be phenomenal.
It would be.
I like the ghost though, because the ghost has a little bit of smoky flavor to it.
yeah,
And,
I love the ghost.
The ghost works out really well.
Yeah.
Reaper is just there's no point to the Reaper other than just to hurt.
But the ghost s'more, that makes sense. The smoky, I
Smoky
like
with
that.
a
That
chocolate.
sounds really, really good.
We actually have to put a warning label on it so
Really?
kids don't eat it. And then their parents get very upset.
Oh, I would so laugh at that. Can we do that for a bit some point? Here,
I've
Jordan,
done it.
Jordan, we can
that's a
have
bit
Charlie
cast.
do it.
I'll volunteer my kids. I don't care.
Yeah.
I've taken the ghost pepper marshmallows to a bar and told people they're strawberry.
Oh,
And
you're so
they're
rude.
like, for 3 seconds, and then they throw a fit. Little bruise.
Oh, that's so wrong.
Dude, you so fit on this show. I mean, seriously.
Right on. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Did everybody get to come get a peaches
No.
and cream drink today?
No.
I didn't get any.
No.
No. Well, I had.
You had
yes,
one.
I did.
You did.
I
Jordan
did today.
did.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I've been running the board most of the day. So plus, there's lots of people, and it scares me.
I've been drinking a lot of beer. Like I've hit up the.
We have
all
been
3
doing a
beer
lot of the
tents,
beer.
so-
Somebody just dropped off mac and cheese in front of me like 10 minutes ago, and
hits the
Goodness
spot.
gracious. That was awesome.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on the show, man. We appreciate it, and we'd love to do a show with you.
Yeah.
Sometime we can dedicate a whole hour to just your phenomenal marshmallows down there in Columbus. It'd be a great time.
Well, I greatly appreciate that.
So
we do a
just shoot us
marshmallow
an
beer
email. You
pairing.
have our business card. In
I
case
do.
you don't, I'm going to give you another one. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, just shoot us an email, man. We'd love to come down to Columbus and do a whole hour show with you. Just talk about your marshmallows and what you guys do and your s'mores and all that stuff. So
Let's do a marshmallow beer pairing.
That
there
would
we
be
go.
fantastic.
Right?
You guys-
Exactly.
You guys have
charcuterie platter of
Yes.
marshmallows and
Yes.
smoked meats.
Do you guys have any breweries or
great.
anything around there that you know or work with at all? Or
We
anything on
actually
anything?
have a distillery in the marshmallow factory.
Really? Holy shit! You
And
gotta
I
be kidding
make
me.
We do
Done
craft
and done.
Hold on, we do craft distillery. So what's the distillery? Is it
It's Little Pot
Little Pot Distillery
in Columbus.
in Columbus?
Now
Okay,
they-
because that's actually we don't do just beer. We love to try the craft spirits and people who are doing small batch.
Is that a fairly new? I don't recall that
I guess
name.
we're also known as 176 Spirits, and
Well, we're gonna get that
I don't
name
do
out
any
there.
of
I
the
just-
email stuff for that.
Right.
But,
Marshmallows and booze.
Yeah.
but I make
Anybody
the
else
rum.
upset with this? I'm not.
No. So the whiskey you're using for like the marshmallows, is that from your guys' whiskey?
No, we like to use Evan Williams bourbon.
Evan Williams
nice.
bourbon. I haven't had that one. Brendan, have you had that?
The oldest
Evan
Kentucky
Williams,
distillery.
absolutely. It's delicious and affordable. But it's great. It's a
You're not a
great
man
bourbon.
if you haven't tried it.
It's
I've even tried it for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, Pat, you haven't
it's,
tried it.
it's
I
the,
wasn't
the
a
white label is delicious. It's a
The
great
bottled in
bourbon.
bond.
Yeah,
I wasn't a whiskey, bourbon, or scotch drinker forever. Mine was vodka. I drank vodka for years, and tried lots of different kinds of vodka, and that's what I did. So it's just new to me.
Oh.
You know, that's why.
It's all
Give
good.
me a break.
It's all good. So, you know what? I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Let's set up a show. Let's go down to Columbus. Let's hang out with you and do some distillery, some marshmallows. Let's do all of it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
have fun with it, man.
Excellent.
Let's do it.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, brother. We'll see you
sir.
soon. All right. So, Brendan, it's been a long, long day.
Holy shit!
The sun
Say
was
that
killer,
again.
man.
Dude, it was hot.
I
It
don't
was
know.
hot.
Like the downpour. You were talking about how you loved the downpour. It's like the only thing that cooled us off the whole day.
Yeah, it was hot, but man, you couldn't beat it. I mean, I would be out here if it was even hotter because it was a great day. Great beer, great food. Jesus.
Yeah, we had some great guests on too. Pat ran off. I'm not sure what happened there, but
He saw a girl.
something happened. So, anyway, well, thank you to all of our guests that came on the show today. We really appreciate it, and we're gonna get this show pushed out there. So, we'll tag you in it and take a listen. And everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Here we go.
Taking a turn now through a century. Baby blues, and but they turn to